So of course, the moment that I put out my first Path of Exile build guide video around the Raging Spirits Infernalist Minion Witch build, the new patch comes out promptly nerfing it into the ground, or at least that's what the majority of the comments on the video are currently leading me to believe. But reading back on the patch notes themselves, I think that there's a few key words here that people may want to be able to just kind of digest the fact that they're very, very specific when it comes to Path of Exile and exactly what they're talking about. You kind of can't intuit anything. You have to read literally every single word because they're all basically proper nouns. So basically what people currently think is that Raging Spirits, the spirit gem that is going to basically dominate the entirety of minion gameplay for a very long time, will no longer trigger off of fire spells, and they've also somehow reduced how many are going to spawn. Now, the interesting thing about that conclusion is that it would kind of make it so that Raging Spirits couldn't spawn at all. It can only be triggered by fire spells, but it's the word trigger and how it's being used in the game. So let me just go ahead and show you. The patch is already live, and I'm going to go ahead and cast my flame wall, and my Raging Spirits come out of my flame wall. I'm going to cast my fireball, and my fireball spawns my Raging Spirits at all. So what's the deal? Did they just not nerf it? No, again, it is the specific word of triggered. But the exact verbiage for the second part, which basically made everybody think that the skill is fully dead, doesn't really mean that so much. So summoned Raging Spirits can no longer be spawned from triggered fire skills. What does triggered mean in Path of Exile? One of the examples of a triggering effect would be something like Cast on Ignite. Cast on Ignite will save up energy. When you get to maximum energy, you will trigger all socketed spells inside of Cast on Ignite. So if I, for whatever reason, had Flame Wall tied to Cast on Ignite, and then I was triggering Ignite with some other skill, that flame wall wouldn't then spawn Raging Spirits. Now, this does hinder some abilities to be able to automate a lot of this, which is where a ton of people will be able to get a huge amount of economy and be able to fit in even more power and even more overall like sustainability and utility into a build. This is something that you will probably start running into in the late game, like quite literally when you're done with the first campaign and then you're done with campaign on cruel mode. That's when you would probably have to start worrying about this. If you're brand new to Path of Exile and you're currently using my minion build that I just put up earlier today, or I guess yesterday, depending on what time zone you're in, you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Flame Wall still absolutely works. Fusillade as well as Fireball, which I recommend using, will still continue to spawn them as well. Nothing has changed. Everything is good. This does nerf some higher end gameplay options that are available for it, because that was just like too much value. It was too much economy for all intents and purposes. But for you, playing the game, playing through the acts, trying out the build that I've detailed for you, I'll link to it right here just in case you missed it. You are perfectly fine. Don't worry about it. Just want to put out this PSA because a lot of us, myself included, are brand new to Path of Exile 2. I probably only had like 30 to 40 hours in Path of Exile 1, most of them in the most recent league, Settlers of Calgar. So all of us have a ton to learn, and hopefully this just helps to like alleviate any anxieties or misgivings you might have had about following current build guides that are already available. But again, thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel, leave a like and a comment as well. If we're able to solve that confusion for you, or you have any other questions, ideas, comments, concerns about the build that I've already showed you, feel free to comment down there as well. Thank you so much to all of the support, by the way. I know I'm yapping a lot here, but like the immediate influx of like new subscribers and just like a huge amount of really supportive comments on my first video, it was really, really nice to see. It's a level of support and love that you don't necessarily see every single day. So I just wanted to shout out everybody who has commented down below, to all my subscribers who have been here for a while, and for people who have been looking forward to my Path of Exile content. I really, really appreciate you. But there you go. That's enough of me yapping. Thank you so much for watching this video. I truly, truly hope that it helps, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.